It is an amazing time in America today. It's so amazing, and I want you to pay attention to what's happening because exactly what's happening is what we need in this country. It's a wake-up call. It is. It is a wake-up call. So be aware, be okay about it, and deal with it. I have a brand new article on WarNet Daily this week, WND.com. Weak Republicans surrender to evil women. Weak Republicans surrender to evil women. Check that out. So I say that this is really a great time in America today. We have the best president that we can possibly have for this time, the great white hope, President Trump. And if you notice, he's dealing with imperfect situations, imperfect people in a perfect way. In a perfect way. And I want you to encourage you to have a little space there and watch and learn so that you can understand that's how you are made perfect in life, is that you have to deal with imperfect situations in a perfect manner. And what I've come to realize is that a lot of men and women today, it wasn't like this when I was growing up, of course, but a lot of men and women today don't know how to deal with imperfect situations. They tend to overreact to them, and every time you overreact to them, you lose. You really do. You're overtaken by the situation, and you become weaker. And it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. So in your private life and in public life, you got to learn to deal with imperfect people in a perfect manner. And the perfect manner is not to resent them. Don't become angry at them or at the situation. And in that very moment, you're made perfect. And you become, it happens every time you stand up in the right way. We all know now, every American know that the Democratic Party is an evil, nasty, dirty party. It's evil. And it's not about we the people. It's a desperate desire to gain power and wealth by any means necessary. They don't care about the voters, those people who still vote for the Democratic Party. They don't care about you. That's why they bring in illegal aliens. That's why they want illegal aliens to vote. Anybody that they can get out there to vote, they use them. That's why they use black Americans. They have handicapped most black people, not all, but most, and spoil them and corrupt them to keep them on the Democratic Party for the vote. And now they're going after the women by pretending that women are being raped. Women are victims. They turn you into victims so that they can control you for the vote. And that's what's happening right now with the party. And that's why I said that any man or woman who vote for the Democratic Party and say that you believe in God, you are a liar. And the truth ain't in you, because the party itself is an evil party. And those who represent that party, the politicians, are evil as well. And if you're on the side of good, you cannot support evil. It just doesn't happen. Now, I know you do it. Some people do it, and they make up excuses about it. Oh, yes, I can. I can support the Democratic Party for whatever. But you're lying to yourself. Your father, the devil, is causing you to lie in order to do wrong and make excuses. You can't support a party that is for killing the unborn child. Even at the 9th month, during the botched abortion, if the baby should come out alive, let the baby die on the medical table. You can't support a party that is against God, family, and country. You can't support a party that encourages you to attack others who disagree with you. Maxine Waters, the Wicked Witch of the West, with the low IQ, encouraged the Democratic voters to go out and harass those who support President Trump. You can't support a party that encourages violence against your fellow man. If you do, you're not of God. It's just the way it is. Now, you can deceive yourself, but you can't. I'm often asked, I do a lot of counseling, I see a lot of people, and I'm often asked by men and women, how do I become a man? How do I overcome fear? How do I stand up and deal with life and speak up? Well, the way you do it, you got to overcome anger. Because anger is the same as resentment. It's the same as hatred. It's the same spirit. And when you have that within you, you have no courage. Because anger brings on fear. Fear is one of the daughters of anger. And so the way you become a man or a woman, and no human being can cause you to become a man or woman of courage. Only God can do that from within, right? And so when you admit that you have this anger and that you're wrong for having it, and go and forgive the person that you overreacted to as a child. Most of the time it happens when you are a children or a child. You go and forgive that person, then God will forgive you and bring you back to him. And in his nature, he will cause you, by allowing you to see, he will cause you to overcome anger and overcome fear. He'll take that away from you, and he will allow you to see. And in seeing, you can deal with every situation in a perfect light way. And if you miss one, no big deal. It'll come back around again, and you'll deal with that without resentment. And in that very moment, you're being made perfect. So don't let anyone tell you that anger is good, and don't let them tell you that you can't be perfect. The only people who would tell you that are those who are imperfect. All in the name of Jesus, because they still believe that anger is good, all right? And so they've been deceived by their father, the devil. So when you overcome that anger, you return to the Father. He also renews your mind. He gives you his mindset instead of the mindset of your father, the devil. Your mind is renewed. Your whole spirit, your heart is renewed. It's so great. So let the anger go so you can deal with imperfect situations, imperfect people in a perfect manner. And this is for men and women. Now, that's my best advice for you. If you don't like it, don't take it. Suffer and die. I don't care. There's nothing I can do about it. So this is some good information. Those who are doing it around the world, they are becoming perfect human beings. And those who are not are living and walking dead. The eyes are open, but they're dead. They're dying instead of living. You got to overcome the anger. And especially now, with the children of the lie being on a rampage as they are. The children of the lie, the liberal media, they are. The liberal media, the Democratic Party, the rhino Republicans, and the devil Trumpers. They're liars. They're of their father, the devil. Isn't that amazing? Good stuff. And if you let that anger go and forgive your parents, especially your mothers, and return to your fathers. It will work. God even said there will come a day when I will return the children to the fathers and the fathers to the children. And that means adult children too, to the fathers. And when you love your earthly father, you love God. If you don't love your earthly father, you would never love God. The Democrats don't love men. They hate men because they hate their earthly fathers. And they hate all men. They hate their own fathers, brothers, uncles, nephews, husbands, sons. They hate men. We see it in this attack on President Trump and this attack on Judge Kavanaugh. They hate men. They hate men, literally hate them. And they will destroy their own little sons to get back at their husbands, the fathers of the sons. And their daughters. They will destroy daughters too. Believe me, no kid is safe with a woman who hates men. Whether it's a boy or a girl, never mind the color. And the Democratic Party hate men. Oh, yes, they accept men like Barack Obama. He's weak. He has no authority. Obama even said that he was the first feminist president. He's one of them. He's a girl. He's a beta male. but they hate men. And if you notice, they're going after the white man right now. They especially hate the white, straight, Christian man of power. They hate him because he's in the way. The white man is the only one that's preventing the country from going under. The black man is no good. The Mexican man is no good. The Asian man, I don't even know what they're doing. They're not trying to save the country. They're making money, getting education, buying up all our land. And so the white man is the only one that's in the way. And if they can take him out, they can take the country down. We cannot let this happen. But if white people are destroyed, America is over. It will become a ghetto. The people of color have proven they don't know how to build, they don't know how to create, and then if you give them something good, they don't know how to enhance that. They destroy it. The Mexicans who come here, they turn America into Mexico. The Asians, the Chinese, the blacks from other countries, they come here and they recreate our country in their image, in the image of the country that they left. It's no longer become America. And then the blacks who are living here, they destroy everything that's good. Everywhere they go, like Hurricane Katrina, they destroy. And it was white people who founded the greatest country on this side of heaven. They made it good. They created where you an environment where you can be free, and the people of color don't do those types of things. And if we lose white Americans, that is over. Ask Europe about it. They'll tell you. We got to be honest about it. We can't pretend. And so white, straight, conservative, Christian men of power under attack because they are the ones who are holding the country together as much as it can be held together. They hate this president because of that reason, and anyone who supports him because of that reason. And it's not okay to discriminate against white Americans. It's okay to be white, and it's okay to speak up, white folks. And men, white men, it's okay to be white. It's okay to be a white male. It's okay to speak up and defend yourself. All right? Don't allow them look what they did to the black man. Once upon a time, black men were real men. No longer is that the case. They've become their mothers. They're not worth a dime. And that's what they want to do to the white man. Once they destroy him, they can destroy the women and children. Deceive them, use them, corrupt them, whatever they want to do.